By highlighting the importance of recognizing the 12 stages of abuse, we aim to equip you with the knowledge needed to take action and support those in need. Let's get started on this important journey together. In the initial stage of abuse, denial plays a significant role for both the abuser and the victim. The abuser often refuses to acknowledge their harmful behavior, insisting that their actions are justified or exaggerated. This denial can manifest in phrases like, "I never did that," or "you're overreacting," which serve to invalidate the victim's feelings. For the victim, denial may appear as self-doubt, leading them to question their perceptions of reality. This dynamic creates a toxic environment where the victim feels trapped and confused, making it difficult to recognize the abuse. Understanding this stage is crucial, as it sets the foundation for the cycle of abuse that follows. In the second stage of abuse, minimization becomes a common tactic used by the abuser to downplay the severity of their actions. This can lead to significant confusion for the victim, who may struggle to reconcile the abuser's dismissive attitude with their own feelings of hurt and fear. The psychological effects of minimization can be profound. The victim may begin to doubt their own experiences, while the abuser may feel justified in their behavior. Common phrases like, "It wasn't that bad," or "You're making a big deal out of nothing," are often used to trivialize the abuse. Recognizing this stage is essential, as it further entrenches the cycle of manipulation and control within the relationship. In the third stage of abuse, isolation becomes a critical tactic employed by the abuser to cut the victim off from their support systems. This can involve discouraging contact with friends and family, monitoring communications, or even creating conflicts with loved ones. The psychological impact of isolation is profound. Victims often feel alone, helpless, and trapped, which can exacerbate feelings of worthlessness and dependency on the abuser. This stage is considered the most dangerous because it strips away the victim's resources and support, making it increasingly difficult for them to seek help or escape the abusive situation. Recognizing the signs of isolation is vital for both victims and their loved ones to intervene effectively. Gaslighting is a manipulative tactic used by abusers to distort the victim's perception of reality, making them question their own thoughts and feelings. This psychological manipulation can lead victims to doubt their memories and experiences, creating a sense of confusion and instability. Over time, the long-term effects of gaslighting can severely impact mental health, leading to anxiety, depression, and a diminished sense of self-worth. Common gaslighting statements include phrases like, "You're just being paranoid," or "That never happened," which serve to invalidate the victim's reality. Understanding gaslighting is crucial, as it plays a significant role in the abuse cycle, further entrenching the victim in a state of disempowerment and confusion. In the fifth stage of abuse, the abuser skillfully shifts blame onto the victim, creating a toxic environment of psychological manipulation. This tactic not only deflects responsibility from the abuser, but also instills feelings of guilt and shame in the victim. The victim may begin to believe that they are at fault for the abuse, leading to a distorted sense of self-worth. Common blame-shifting statements include phrases like, "If you hadn't done that, I wouldn't have reacted this way," or "You're the reason I'm unhappy." This stage is particularly damaging as it reinforces the victim's dependency on the abuser and perpetuates the cycle of abuse, making it harder for them to seek help or escape. In the sixth stage of abuse, control becomes a dominant method used by the abuser to maintain power over the victim. This control can manifest in various forms, including emotional manipulation, financial dependency, and even physical restrictions. The abuser may dictate what the victim can wear, who they can associate with, or how they spend their money, severely impacting the victim's autonomy and sense of self. Victims often feel trapped, as their choices are systematically stripped away, leading to increased feelings of helplessness. Examples of controlling behaviors include monitoring phone calls, restricting access to finances, or belittling the victim's decisions. Recognizing these tactics is essential for understanding the depth of the abuse and the need for intervention. In the 7th stage of abuse, intimidation is a powerful tactic used by the abuser to instill fear in the victim. This can involve threats of physical harm, aggressive behavior, or even subtle gestures that create an atmosphere of dread. Living in constant fear can have severe psychological effects, leading to anxiety, depression, and a sense of helplessness. Victims may feel they have no control over their lives, as the abuser's intimidation tactics keep them on edge. Examples of intimidating actions include throwing objects, invading personal space, or using threatening language like, "You'll regret it if you leave." Recognizing intimidation is crucial, as it highlights the severity of the abuse and the urgent need for support and intervention. In the 8th stage of abuse, the situation often escalates to physical violence, marking a critical turning point in the abusive relationship. This escalation is part of the cycle of violence, which typically includes a tension-building phase, an explosive incident, and a honeymoon phase where the abuser may apologize and promise change. The impact on victims can be devastating, leading to physical injuries, emotional trauma, and a sense of entrapment. Recognizing warning signs, such as increased aggression or threats, is essential for victims and their loved ones. Statistics reveal that nearly 1 in 4 women and 1 in 9 men experience severe intimate partner physical violence, underscoring the urgent need for awareness and intervention in these situations. In the 9th stage of abuse, the abuser may experience feelings of regret following violent incidents, often leading to temporary changes in behavior. This sense of remorse can manifest as apologies and promises to change, creating a false sense of hope for the victim. However, this stage is often short-lived, as the cycle of abuse typically resumes, leading back to manipulation and control. Victims may find themselves caught in a pattern of believing the abuser's promises, only to be disappointed again. Examples of insincere apologies include statements like, "I'm sorry you feel that way," or "I won't do it again, I swear," which shift the focus away from the abuser's responsibility. Recognizing this stage is crucial for understanding the complexities of the abusive cycle. In the 10th stage of abuse, the abuser often attempts to reconcile with the victim, seeking to win back their trust after a violent incident. This stage can involve various tactics, such as showering the victim with affection, making grand gestures, or promising to change. While these actions may seem genuine, they can also be manipulative, designed to re-establish control over the victim. The emotional turmoil this stage causes for victims can be profound, as they may feel torn between their desire for a loving relationship and the reality of the abuse. Examples of manipulative reconciliation attempts include buying gifts or making emotional appeals like, "I can't live without you," which can further entrap the victim in the cycle of abuse. In this video, we explored the 12 stages of abuse, highlighting the progression from denial and minimization to the more severe stages of violence and reconciliation. Key takeaways include recognizing the signs of each stage and understanding the psychological impact on victims. Awareness is crucial for prevention and intervention, so we encourage you to take action by subscribing to our channel and sharing this video with others who may benefit. For further information, consider exploring related content on our channel or website, where you'll find resources and insights to help navigate these complex issues. Together, we can raise awareness and support those affected by abuse. Thank you for watching.